71st minute, World Cup Quarterfinal. Argentina versus Switzerland. The score is 1-1. Switzerland just equalized and have all the momentum. Then Leandro Paredes goes in on Breel Embolo. The referee blows his whistle. Yellow card, Paredes. Then VAR steps in. And what happens next has never happened before in World Cup history. The yellow card doesn't just get cancelled, it gets flipped. Paredes walks away clean. Embolo, the man who was fouled, gets the yellow instead, and because he already had one earlier, he gets a red. Switzerland are down to 10 men in a tied quarterfinal against the reigning world champions. On this channel, we've been following Argentina's tournament all the way through. Egypt, the French referee, the Argentine referees, judging France. And now this. Let's talk about it. Here's the full timeline. Kansas City, July 11th, World Cup Quarterfinal. Switzerland's Dan Doy equalizes in the 67th minute, 1-1. Switzerland have the momentum. The upset is very much on. 4 minutes later, Argentina's Leandro Paredes goes into a challenge with Breel Embolo. Embolo goes down. Referee João Pedro Pinheiro blows his whistle and shows Paredes a yellow card for the tackle. Then VAR calls Pinheiro to the monitor. The replays show that Embolo was already falling before Paredes made any contact with him. The contact was minimal, possibly non-existent. Embolo had gone down to win the foul. Pinheiro returns to the pitch, cancels the yellow card shown to Paredes, and instead shows a yellow card to Embolo for simulation. The problem: Embolo already had a yellow card from the first half. 2 yellows equal a red. Embolo is sent off in the 72nd minute of a tied World Cup quarterfinal. He walks to the sideline in tears. Switzerland play the final 18 minutes of normal time, plus extra time with 10 men, and eventually lose 3-1, with Julian Alvarez and Lautaro Martinez scoring in extra time to send Argentina through to the semifinals. Now, Switzerland are furious. Their players, their coach, their captain, all went straight to the press and said the same thing. This decision killed our game. But here's where it gets genuinely complicated, because the controversy here isn't simply was Embolo diving. The real question is, did VAR even have the right to intervene in the first place? Let's go through exactly what the rules say, because the answer reveals a loophole in the VAR system that nobody was talking about before today. VAR has 4 categories where it can legally intervene: goals, penalty decisions, direct red cards, and mistaken identity. That last one, mistaken identity, is the one that blew up tonight. According to IFAB, the organization that writes the laws of the game, mistaken identity applies when the referee shows a yellow or red card but has clearly penalized the wrong player of either team for the offense in question. So here is the loophole. VAR is not supposed to intervene for yellow cards given for simulation. That is outside its remit. But, and this is the part that changes everything, because the referee showed the yellow to Paredes for a tackle that Paredes didn't commit. VAR argued this was a case of mistaken identity. The wrong player was booked for the offense. Paredes didn't foul anyone. The player who actually committed an offense, simulation, was Embolo. So VAR intervened to correct the identity of who deserved the card. Most people don't know this. This is actually the second time this exact protocol has been used at this tournament. Earlier, a US player was shown a yellow for a foul that replays showed was committed by a different player. VAR stepped in and switched the card. Tonight was the same principle, except the consequences were incomparably bigger, because Embolo was already on a booking. Former Champions League referee Mark Clattenburg confirmed on Fox Sports that VAR's intervention was technically within the rules. The yellow card had gone to the wrong player for the offense in question. Technically, legal. But as ESPN noted, and this is the key detail, had Paredes never been booked in the first place, VAR would have had no grounds to intervene at all. The entire chain of events only happened because the referee made an initial error by booking Paredes. Switzerland did not hold back after the final whistle. Coach Murat Yakin said, "We were punished by a referee's mistake. They protect their referee over a rule that destroyed our game today." Captain Granit Xhaka said the red card changed our game. This decision was difficult to accept. Defender Nico Elvedi added, "I just don't understand how VAR can make that kind of decision. This is my read on it. The simulation was real. Embolo was falling before contact. The mistaken identity protocol was technically applied correctly, but technically correct is doing a lot of heavy lifting here. The referee created this entire situation by making a wrong call in the first place. If Paredes never gets booked, VAR stays silent, and Embolo walks away with a yellow at worst. Instead, a referee error triggered a chain reaction that sent Switzerland's best forward off the pitch in a tied quarterfinal. And the timing matters. This is Argentina again. Egypt filed a formal complaint to FIFA after the round of 16. The all-Argentine referee crew for France versus Morocco was last week's story on this channel. And now Switzerland are eliminated after a VAR intervention that technically followed the rules, but that nobody, including the experts, saw coming. Argentina coach Lionel Scaloni himself admitted after the match, "Luck was on our side because one of their players was sent off." Argentina are through to the semifinals against England or Norway. Switzerland are out. Breel Embolo, one of their most important attacking players, ended his tournament in tears on the sideline after being sent off under a rule that most coaches, including Yakin, admitted they had never heard of before tonight. As for the bigger picture, Embolo becomes only the fourth player in 60 years of World Cup history to receive a second yellow for simulation, joining Francesco Totti, Asamoah Gyan, and Mexico's Luis Perez. The rule exists, the application was technically legal. But the debate about whether a referee's initial mistake should ever be allowed to create a chain reaction that eliminates a player in a quarterfinal, that debate is not going away. A referee made a wrong call. VAR corrected it. And in correcting it, used a loophole that sent Switzerland's striker off in a tied World Cup quarterfinal. Technically within the rules, absolutely devastating in consequence. So I want to hear from you. Was this VAR doing exactly what it's designed to do? Or is this proof that the mistaken identity protocol needs to be completely rewritten? Drop it in the comments. Subscribe to keep getting the breakdowns that actually explain what's happening at this World Cup. See you at the next one.